All right. Hello. My name is Jeff, and I'm here to talk about, well, you and just how significant you really are. I try to get that across, and if you want to watch it to the end, I think you'll like it. I, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, when I'm talking about the heart, I'm talking about you. I'm saying that's what you are. That's who you are. That's where you come from. You are your heart. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking your heart. And what that is, and that's love. Deep down at its core, uh, you know, it's raw, pure, creative love. All of it. It's it's the power within. It comes from there. We see it as a body. We see it as flesh and blood and a pumping organ that looks like a part in a series of parts. But when I speak about the heart, I speak about something that is transcendent, that there's an energy within that space, within all of us, that I see it as the heart, and I see it as the point of origin of where love is in everyone, and everyone has it. But on top of that, and what covers that is the mind's idea of what it thinks it is, of what this love thinks it is, this heart thinks it is. And this heart usually puts the brain and the mind in charge of everything, because we think that we've got it figured out. So we get into this egoic, self-affirming, self-imaging creation process, and it's called being a person. That is the heart trying to understand itself amongst all these other hearts, or souls, stars, right? If you think about it in multiplicity, all these other little points of light. You're a point of light, I'm a point of light, but we're all connected to this great light. And we're all shining from the same light source. And that light source is love. Love light. That's the source. That's the origin. That's the center. That's the point where everything comes into harmony. That's what feels best. That's what we're all trying to protect. That's what we'll die for. That's why we're alive. It's this great force, this energy that is within all of us, and it allows us to exist and have an experience. All of this. And we're trying to find our spot here. We're trying to figure out how we fit into this great puzzle. We're trying to figure out all our different shapes and hooks and triggers and favors, and all of that is trying to find your blessed, unique, creative source origin life heart as what it is amongst all of this that you have before you. Everybody else is doing it too, and everybody's gone awry with it, creating who they are, figuring out who they are, expressing who they are, what they think and what they think others should think. I'm saying it's up to you. It's your life. That's your thing. That's just you. That's what you've got going on. That's your experience. In your heart, experiencing life, experiencing this grand magnitude of experience, but only from that vantage. That's where you sit. That's where you are. You're in your perfect point in the universe, just who you are. And you do fit. And there is a great harmonious puzzle where it all fits together. But it can only be found when you recognize that you are part of everything. You are everything. That's what that means. all the separation and the way that we individualize ourselves amongst it is what keeps you from remembering that. And it is a remembering, putting all the members in their place. All the memories, all the imaginings, all the fantasies, all the dialogue and the rehearsed conversations that you have in your head, all of that is happening in the same space as everything you're experiencing outside, everything that they're experiencing, and they're all doing it in their perfect point called them, whoever they are, whatever their name is, whoever you are. You you get to sit there and no one else does. You get to be you and no one else does. Everyone is off being themselves and figuring out their way and defining their own rules and laying down their own path. Whether or not they say that they follow somebody else's path and that they're really diligent about it, either way, they're still following their path. That's what they go to bed with. That's what they wake up with, because they are them and you are you. And I can say that about myself. Everything that I'm always going to be talking about is the same thing. What I'm trying to express is love. I'm trying to get across love, light, love, light, love, light. This transcendent concept, man. Love. Like within that, it means that it allows it's unconditional. It puts no conditions or expectations or it doesn't try and shape and form who you are. It doesn't try and it just allows you to be whoever you want to be. That's love creating love. That's love creating itself. And yeah, there's looks of disappointment and the way that everybody feels about you. But that's all projected through the idea of relationships between multiple social connect groups and gatherings and archetypes and constructs and networks and all the different rules and authenticity that applies in the communication and the different roles that we take inside these systems that we've all constructed ourselves and that we actively take part in, mostly unconsciously. It's just the way that we communicate with each other, but we don't recognize that we're actually picking up each other's belief systems, therefore the way that we see the world, and we're actually adding to the momentum of the shit that's going down in the news because we're all so hyped about it. And that's what's being projected. But they can't possibly show how much love is going on. There's more love than anything else going on because it's actually all that's going on. Everybody's living their own life. The things that happen to them apply to them. And just like you, everything that happens to you happens for you. It's you happening to yourself. Yeah, other people are involved, but they also bought the ticket. They shook their hands. They wanted to do it too. We all wanted to do it. That's why we're humans. That's why we're doing this. Because I recognize something that is beyond human. I recognize something that is beyond consciousness, experience, universe. All the words that we could ever come up to and I'm trying to come up with a word for it. I'm trying to find the right words to say exactly what it is. You know, I think love, I think light, I see light, I feel love. And there's this great sublime relationship of light and love and energy and matter and combustion and fluidity and vibration, sound, and it's this great sea of colors and vibrations and wavelengths expanding into seeming infinity, void. Like that's how like here you are, the light of the universe, expanding out into the void with the rest of us, and we got to make sense of that. Yet we have all of these belief systems that are entrenched in judgment, judging ourselves and our merit, our connection, our value, to our worthiness, to what we put in the highest order of everything, the grand perfection, what we give the G lettered word to. That's what that is doesn't have a name. And they've been saying that ever since the beginning. Anybody that's ever discovered it says it doesn't have a name. The closest representation that I can see from my vantage point is that that is what love is. Love, this grand, ultimate, sublime, incredible, magnificent, awe, just like, it allowed for all this to happen. It allowed for me to hear my own voice right now. It allowed for this microphone on my shirt. It allowed for all the trees and the bugs flying around in their specific configurations, and you sitting there listening in the way that you are, and everything that's orchestrating in your mind in the way that you conduct it. And that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what you're doing. Just as this guy's mowing the lawn, he is circumnavigating through this grand wizardry of a mind and an identity and a place and a position in this place. You know, he has all of his things, and all of those things have their meanings. And the meanings behind all that, and the way that we stick all that stuff together, that's how we determine who we are. It's where we find meaning, and we do seek it. And we uncover things, and we get better at it. And we fuck up. And we trip up, and we give into habit, and we don't think about it. We forget that shit. We forget that we have a choice to do whatever we want to do at any given moment. That's everybody has that. That's the grand ultimate power of being alive. Is that at any given moment you can choose to focus your attention on. Whatever you want to look at. Whatever you want to do, whatever pulls you, whatever makes you feel better. You know, that's what everyone does, based on their own assigning of meaning in their life. And how well connected you are to your own assigning of meaning in your life is how good you're doing. It's how happy you are. It's how good you look. That's how good you come off. It's it's how you present it to everybody. And that's what we'd be doing. And I'm just saying, it's all one thing. That's the totality of all of it actually happening right here, right now, when you hear it, when you experience it, when you see it. That's right, and that's always ever present in your life. This great now that's happening. Everything that we think about in the future, everything that we remember in the past, all comes to us in the mind right now. It's literally a mental construct. Your mind is projecting it for you, and your heart is experiencing it in the ever-present now. We call it living in the past, but it's just the heart living right here, right now, going into this mental projection of the past and pouring all of your investment in there, and your emotion and your energy and your just that little creative soup that you have within you that comes out in so many different orchestrations and conglomerations. And my mouth is dry, so I'm going to need some water. You can stop it.